How well? Very well. I had a few doubts occasionally on some situations, but it seemed that in the final analysis, everyone worked through what they had to work through, and for that I'm exceedingly grateful. I want to call the president of the Australian Institute of Body Electronics to come up here and talk to us briefly. This is a gentleman who has been just diligently working and working and working and working the last many hours of the last several days. So, what was your name, sir? I call him Hank. You call him Hank, but he's Hank. And so, Hank, if you will please discuss this matter here, I'd be very grateful.
This is the application form for anyone. Sorry?
Can you hear from that?
For anyone who wishes to become a member of the recently formed, and it was this year, of the Australian Institute of Body Electronics Institute. And the purpose of the Institute is to be in support of all the members and the members supporting the Institute 100% if that's possible. When we go through the membership levels, we have a student membership, which is someone who has experienced one or more point-holding sessions. The second one is the associate membership grade 1. That is someone who has attended the 3 introductory weekend seminars given by a certified professional member of ABLE. And I've just posed the question to Dr. John in regards to anyone that is here and who wishes to become a member. And due to the enormous progress that has been made, the commitment of everyone that has been here, Dr. John feels it very appropriate that if you wish to become an associate member, grade 1. For anyone who wishes to do so, you can either drop it in the mail or pass it to me on the way out or whenever. Thank you.
I would personally like to invite all of you to take the opportunity of supporting this organization and do the best you can to be patient, because things are going to be slowly worked out. Overtures have already been made in certain directions to tie this in eventually with full, shall we say, professional, I shall use the word acceptance as a professional therapist here in the country of Australia. Now this has to be worked out, but this is being worked out now gradually. And this we hope to have happen. Now the questions have been posed to Anita and myself and to Hank about the Genazzano. If you're qualified to go to Genazzano by listening to the tapes of the 3 weekend seminars in Melbourne and coming here, if you would be qualified to go to the Genazzano seminar, I would say affirmatively yes. Because a number of you, nearly all of you, if not all of you, have seen things that many people would give their right arm for, and have experienced things that many of you had been waiting years to help to put things back together again to where you can function normally in life. in many different areas. And this has happened to not everybody, but most of you. Many of you have chosen to follow down through the pathway of step by step by step, solid foundation, looking toward the long haul. But my golly, some wonderful things have happened here that you've all heard from their own lips. And this has been a beautiful thing. The 8 weeks, what we have tried to do up at Genazzano is the first 2 weeks of the 8 weeks will once again be 2 solid weeks of instruction and point holding. The instructional aspect of the first 2 weeks will qualify for the 3 weekend seminars that somebody may have missed, or somebody has been unable to get to, as Hank expressed earlier, and where you have that vortex of energy and the, shall we say, the camaraderie and the communication back and forth between the people who are there. This is what makes the seminar a seminar. But the first 2 weeks up there will get a lot of things stabilized to where you'll be ready to handle the next 6 weeks, which will be for literally an unfolding for instructors, which should be at a very, very deep level. This is what we hope to have. We have lined up people that we feel at this time are qualified. There are other people qualified, not just the people who are going to be there, but we have about 8 or 9 people that will be sitting up there and sharing their ignorance with you. And believe you me, if we look at ourselves, say, 50 years ago, and look at what we knew at that time as compared with what will be happening 50 years from now, we're just tapping the bottom of the ladder. And our ignorance today will be the foolishness of tomorrow. So let's kind of keep that in our minds. But the first 2 weeks will be what we are going to encourage everyone to come, so that we can sort out all of the inconsistencies before we get into the real deep stuff on the other level. There have been an astoundingly large number of people here that have wanted to go up to Genazzano. Please stay in contact with Anita, and she will help to make that possible. And this is wherein you have our post office box 66 in Cary. We deal with snail mail. We don't have email, and we have a telephone, which all of you have, and the telephone number you have is there, and you'll be able to contact us. Now, this is going to be a heavy-duty situation, and it's just the beginning, as you well know, of a tremendous future for many of you, because this is what, as from what you have told me, this is what you have been looking for, what you've been wanting, and the thing that you are going to make your life into this field as a therapist. That's fine. Not everybody has to be a therapist. We need good potato growers. We need good people that are out there fixing up fruit trees and what have you. We need good mechanics. So you don't have to go to Genazzano just to become a therapist. A lot go just for the knowledge for their families and for their immediate acquaintances. So that's to consider also. But Tom, where's Tom? Tom, does this answer your question among many? Okay. And so that will be the way it'll be. So Hank, anything else you want to say?
Yes, I would just like to ask if anyone who has had some profound experiences, if they are willing to put that down in writing and send it to us, then we can incorporate that in the first newsletter that will be, coming forth within the not too distant future. Thank you.
And in like manner, there'll be a newsletter coming out from the World Vision, and it would Global Vision, and it's probably a world vision, really. But there will be a newsletter coming out there with the same request that Hank has just made for the Australian Body Electronics Organization. So that will be something definitely to consider. Anita wants to share something with you here.
John put me on the spot again. I think all of you have been really delightful. You've really opened up. And I was working with Alex this afternoon, and he was just shedding his heart to me. And I don't know if we made 100% progress, but I think we worked through a lot of things. Just realize that you can't do everything in 1 week. And if some of you are feeling that you haven't done this and you haven't done that, just remember that, you know, it's taken a long time to get to these places where you are now, and it may take a long time to unravel some of the things that are still within you. And some of the things are very, very deep. You've been carrying them ever since you were a kid. And you can't sometimes just release it all in 1 week. It's just too much for you to handle. So when you go out of here and you look at this and you look at that, you say, oh, well, I haven't worked on my back, I haven't done my teeth, I haven't grown all my hair back, it hasn't been blonde yet, and my eyes aren't blue. Don't worry about it. You're perfect the way you are. You're beautiful the way you are. And just go out of here just thanking God whatever happened was the perfect thing for you to happen in this week. And you're all beautiful the way you are. And I think if we go out like that, I think we'll just really send a lot of love out to the universe.
I feel completely stopped right at this moment. Who wants to say something? You know how somebody wants to say something, but they don't say anything? They just sit there and...
Gabriella, did you find your wallet? Gabriella, did you find your wallet? No. Can Emma just ask a question first?
I'd just like to know what I'm doing here. That's all right. Can someone tell me what I'm doing here, please? What's that? Oh, right.
Who's here?
Emma.
What is your name?
My name's Emma.
Are you Emma? And Julie is no longer here?
No, she's gone.
Welcome back, Emma. And you're wondering, you have arrived. That's very beautiful. We have a few lost days here, and that's fair enough. Now, when you understand this multiple personality business, you'll have nothing but a great understanding for what struggles people go through to maintain and regain their identity. John, thank you very much, sir. And for the family, thank the family here, and Gabriella and all else for their patience in this matter. This is sometimes the forces of darkness struggle very, very heavily to keep people moving from a proper direction. And Emma, welcome home, dear.
It's good to be here. Just got us all back.
And a special thanks to Valerie and Kevin.
Thank you,
And John?
Valerie, and thank you, Kevin. And thanks, John.
If I got nothing else out of this whole week, and boy, I've got plenty on my 2 of the 3 times on the slab, You know, Rocky Horror, welcome, jump on the slab. If I got nothing else out of the whole thing, it was a terrific journey that I know the universe called me here to share with the people that have been associated around with Emma. We've had some past life connection, no doubt of that, and we met again to balance our scales or chalices or what have you. And to the guys that came in as well, the rest of the team, and all your love and support and consideration, like whenever was recovering and finding some of our own space yesterday, building up strength for this, all I heard from everyone was, how's Emma? Not how's John, mind you, but how's Emma? And, you know, it was just so like beautiful. It was a caring that was there, and it's just been a fantastic experience. To prove that we all are one. We always have been one. And take it away with you. It doesn't matter where we are still one. With God, with each other, with everything.
I'd just like to thank Helena.
Thank you, sir. Can I just read something in the book that came to me yesterday? Which is
Oh,
it was underlined
still
5 years
sore.
ago.
Where's the chiropractor?
I don't think it's in the spine. That was where Valerie finally overcame enough fear and saw the light, and the presence is there to take her to the other side of the curtain, and the back was obviously the point of departure as such, because she flopped back onto the bed. And then came up and sort of said, oh, the pain, which was good because probably it's also been a blockage of energy from the body electronics that wasn't allowed to get through. And this is, you know, the movement there is happening now. So, yeah. And she come down, getting the lift and sort of said, you know, the first thing, what am I doing here? Where are we going? But I thought if she comes in here, and you know the beauty of this, she walked straight up to the microphone, picked up the microphone, and spoke in front of a large crowd. See, so Emma's got a whole lot of talents and abilities that she's going to relearn about herself. Hallelujah. John just gave me the privilege of just sort of sharing something with you people, with the family. Yesterday I was having an R&R day, that's a rest and recreation day, and I noticed something in my book, which was in the folder. All my pages about the itinerary were in order except one, which I'd noticed last Thursday when I arrived. And I sort of said, oh, well, you know, just made a mistake here. Mumble, bitch, or something. And then yesterday I was looking at it just to check on some time, and it just sort of struck me. The reason why Wednesday's page was in upside down, back to front, was the fact that I was not meant to follow the routine of what I'd been here prior to and even today. But I didn't see it last Thursday. I didn't see it till halfway through the day. But it was a day of miracles for me, and believe me, I was here, and I'm sure Emma was too, and heart and soul with all of you. We had very long fingers yesterday, very long fingers. And I picked up a book which I'd probably had for about 7 years, and I revisit on different occasions, and this was one of those things that jumped out at me when I was leaving. I think, oh, a book, oh, that'll do. Stuck it in there. When I opened the pages, they were very relevant to some stuff which I'd underlined about 5 years ago. And it depicts what we've been through here so beautifully that I am grateful just to share these couple of things with you. The book is called From the Heart of a Gentle Brother. This is channeled information by an entity, by a disincarnated spirit, there is a difference, who it's channeled for about 17 years for a lady in America, and he channeled the most beautiful love. One of your primary obligations on the earth plane is to take energy from the amazing sweeps of rarefied spiritual power called the vastness and bring it down into physical form, so it can have its expression and its understanding here. To remind you of this, I'd like to speak about the last drama of the Christ as one of the most compelling dramas of all time. You can place it in your awareness to help your journey home. Let us remember what it was he did at the end of his life and why it serves today as a model for you. There are very few human experiences as devastating or as painful as the one of the Christos undertook at the crucifixion. In the midst of that event, with humiliation, ridicule and disbelief added to intense physical pain, a cry went out, "Forgive them, they know not what they do." When he said this, do you think Jesus was talking to God? Could it be the divine was not aware of the web of circumstances surrounding those last moments of his beloved? Do you really feel that Jesus, the man, could have been aware of the need for forgiveness and the divine was not? If he was not speaking to God, let us ask, to whom was he speaking? The Christ was speaking to you and to everyone that was come to the earth plane after that moment of that plea. Please dwell on this statement. It is a message of the cross. It is the message of the cross. In your most extreme moments, your major obligation to yourself and to the wholeness of life is to continue to manifest love, beauty, power, and acceptance of your destiny as it is given to you. The Christ was a victorious ending, achieved under the most dire of circumstances. If he can do it, I assure you, he came to say, so can you. Do not be separate from his teachings. When it enters your consciousness, you can live from this point of power. It becomes the beginning of that reality. The path of the warrior, and of course this is the peaceful warrior, is to know every event comes to remind you of why you are here. To love to the best of your heart's ability. To be as accepting of all parts of your life as you possibly can, and to remember where there is, and to remember there is a power that exists without question, and it runs your life. If you depend on it, as he did, you also will be carried home.
Thank you.
Okay. I've been trying to think of a way to express my thanks to John and Anita and all the helpers. And I don't think there's a greater compliment to anybody than just say, teacher.
What does the student do? Chops wood, carries water. What does the teacher do? Chops wood, carries water.
Did you notice his hair?
I've lost my voice. But you're still going to get it. I may be down, but I'm not out. From the bottom of my heart, I say thank you, said John and Lady Anita. From the bottom of my heart, I say thanks to all my brothers and sisters that I've met here. I give thanks to God in my heart that I know and I recognize I am part of this family, this brotherhood of love. And I've gone through a lot today, but I'll go through it 1,000 times if I have to, so that I can be in this company of brothers, light and love, who cannot recognize ourselves at this moment. Oh, would some power, the gift to give us, to see ourselves as others see us, for we think we are, but poor we blighters, instead of seeing ourselves as heavenly fighters. For brothers of light and love, we truly are. Our true home, sweet home, a far distant radiant stars. So, Brother John and Sister Amita, brothers and sisters, let me just finish by saying, just be my companion. Ask for nothing else. Love me, faith in me, and what is left. True brothers never ask, they share instead, sharing in all things by giving of ourselves. For now your day's work is easy in sharing you with me, for I am your constant companions, sharing at no cost. See? Thank you, John and Amita.
Thank you, Alex. There's a gentleman here with a grizzly beard.
Thank you, sir. I suppose I've been somewhat irreverent at times, but it's funny, you know, watching the tapes. You start off with the tapes, and the first tape or so, you put on the second one, you say, yes, I recognise that fella there with the coat and the tie, and that little lady who seems to be hopping up and a hand wave and she's off. Yes, I recognise that's John and Anita. After a few more tapes, you start to say, I put the tape on, and there's my friend John and my friend Anita. We're talking to them. They've been in our lounge room at various times of the day and night. They've been with us at breakfast time. When Leonie says, we better hurry up and get those tapes watched, we're behind. So we're sitting eating our breakfast and watching the tape, and then we better finish the tape, so at all hours of the morning we're up glued to the tape. And of course by the time it's finished, John and Anita are part of the family. They're a firm fixture in the lounge room. No, we expect them to be there. So if I have been a bit irreverent at times, it's because I'm starting to look on John rather like a big brother. And so, yes, so one can be forgiven when you have a big brother if you don't want to, you know, be a little bit on the irreverent side. I was very good I didn't start talking about Uncle John and Auntie Anita, you know, to say. So, look, thank you very much, John. I've enjoyed this no end. I guess we've found that we had 2 new members of the family. I suspect we have a lot more members of the family. And I think this is brought out by John at least, that we are a family now, and the camaraderie and the friendship and the help and the willingness to lean on sore points and stand with your thumbs turning white shows that there must be something very special between all of us. And I thank you, John, I thank you, Anita, and I thank all the other people who've helped in one way or another, from leaning, from giving advice, and from coming up later. And yes, I've given Anita a dowsing rod. She can now douse. I've done a little bit of conversion, and I've felt that you really love me, because what else would a devil's advocate want but all the heat that's happened. So once again, look, I've had a great time. I hope you all have, and I will miss this. This will be a special week of my life, and I guess of Leonie's life as well. So thank you once again, dear.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
I want Terry to, excuse me. I want Terry to understand that I have a string tied to Anita's toe, so that she won't take off with her new propeller. Take care, my friends. Safe journey. Now, I know that some of you have deadlines to meet. I think under the circumstances, I think it'd be a proper time, with the beautiful tidying up that we've had just this last little hour, that we present to each of you what under the circumstances was probably the hardest certificate, the most painful certificate that you have ever earned. But I think it's the hottest thing going.
I want you to know that I want you to know that it started off white and it's now turned to violet.
I was going to say it, and it has not been violated. Come on up here. As the head of Global Vision, who has made this opportunity available for all of us, this gentleman before you, and Sakara, is she here? They have worked very hard for several months in making this possible for all of us. And I want to thank both of them from the bottom of our hearts, for Anita and myself, for what they have done to make this happen. And so we have spoken before about the importance of both Sakara and Rob in getting the tapes out to people. This they have done, and this they are doing, and this they are committed to continue to do, that people may have the opportunity to change their consciousness, as we have had that opportunity in our own unique way. For that I'm very, very grateful. Now I'd like to turn the time here over to Rob to present these as he sees fit, and Sakara. And I know that many of you have to leave very soon, so it's just like grab your certificate and run. That's what it might be like if we don't get underway.
Thank you, John. First of all, the photo session this morning was a bit of a debacle. Unfortunately, a lot of you already left, but we spoke to the establishment during the lunch, and they suggested putting a couple of stands up there, which they've done for us. There's sort of a tiered arrangement there, so when you've all got your certificates, if you want to stay behind for another 5 or 10 minutes, we could do another one over there. Okay, now I'd really like to honour you all for the work that you've done over the last week. It's been absolutely fantastic. The love and compassion and bonding that's been generated by everybody here has gone way beyond our expectations. And a lot of the feedback that we've been getting from the delegates and various people and the facilitators has been really good. So I want to thank you all on behalf of myself and Sukara. We're really grateful to you all for the way that this has gone and for coming and for the enthusiasm and the dedication that you've showed to body electronics. Thank you. So, hands up those that were a bit sceptical about body electronics when they arrived. One over here. And is there anybody here that's still sceptical about the healing powers of body electronics? Nobody dares put their hand up. Okay, well that says it all, doesn't it? And also I'd really like to thank all the facilitators that have come along and given us their time to help us. We really appreciate that, because without them it would have been very difficult. So, and we thank all those people. And without Dr. John Whitman Ray and Dr. Anita Zavatsky Ray, none of this would have been happening either. So we're really grateful that John and Anita agreed to take time out of their busy schedule to come along and run this for us. So thank you, John, and thank you, Anita.
I'd just like to say one little thing. I would have liked to have been in the point holding room with you all and connecting with you on a deeper level, but unfortunately sort of had to keep the wheels moving on the outside. So we were with you in spirit, and I hope you understand that. Thank you.
It's taken a lot of organisation to run this, and there's been we've been doing a lot behind the scenes just to keep the wheels turning. So thank you for understanding that.
Many, many, many lost hours of no sleep.
This is true. We're going to get to do a lot more sleeping. Jennifer, are you back there? Would you like to come up here and say a word?
I'd like to just personally thank Jennifer so much. She's been absolutely wonderful, and she's gone way beyond the call of work and duty, and she's just put everything she has into helping organise this event. So thank you.
I'm sort of feeling a little bit on the spot here. I wasn't expecting to be called up, but it's been a wonderful experience for me, and the greatest gift is getting to know you all this week after 3 months of talking on the phone and dealing with you to sort of get you to come along here. Thank you.
Jennifer's been really wonderful. She came to us as a trainee about, 18 months ago, I think, and she didn't know anything about healing issues at all, very much, and she hasn't been able to answer too many questions on body electronics, as some of you may have realised when you've rung up. Now she's become really enthusiastic since coming. In this last week, she's decided that she's going to watch the videos herself. and she's going to go on the program and start holding points. So she's taking a month off after this so she can get into it. So I think that's fantastic. Okay, without any more further ado, we'll start handing out your certificates. This is your certificate of participation. Have we got a name list? And if you can just, as your name's called, just come up and we'll hand you your certificate and go back to your seat, or if you want to wait till for the photo, if you've got time. Jerry Bourne. Thank you, Jerry. Kate Perkins. This is the best part, you get to give Anita a hug.
The women I'll send out to
John, do you want to stand next to Anita?
Would you like me to help?
I'd love you to do that, yeah. Greg Barnes. Okay. Ala King.
Thanks.
Who's got Ala King's? Oh, thanks, Greg.
God bless you all.
Lawrence King. Lawrence was walking a bit faster than he did when he first arrived. Nina Dalton.
Thanks very much. Thanks for the service.
To Anita, to John. And Valerie Koch, who's come to us all the way from Singapore. I hope it was worth your while, Valerie. Lynette Crow. Is Lynette with us, or she's left already? We'll have to send hers out. Right. She had to catch a plane. Kerry Wandell. She had to catch a plane too, maybe. Kerry Wandell, not here. Gary Elborn. Okay. Bill Chaplin. Which one's Bill? All right.
I'll try to carry one of those as well.
Can I get your photo later?
Sure.
Thank you. Martine Goll. Martine's left, has she? John Booth. Thanks, mate. I'll see you later. Glenn Treby.
Thanks. You too, big guy.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, John. Glenn Treby.
Thanks for your
Jim Kavanagh.
Thanks very much for your help.
Thanks, Glenn. Thank you. Kathleen Batty? Kathleen not here? Keith Batty? Joy Thompson?
Where were you at? Oh, yeah, up to number 3. Right, yeah.
Annette Wade?
Thanks, Joy.
She's not here, okay. Helen Little? Helene, thank you. Roy Eycamp.
Who let this man in? Who let this man in? You belong here, sir. You have blue eyes.
Hello. Hello.
You should have seen what happened earlier. They just went bloop. And those were completely brown eyeballs. You take a look at them before you go. It doesn't happen when a person's eyes change like his do in one week.
Fantastic.
Blessings to you, Roy.
Sharon King. Sharon Horn. This kind of writing's a bit hard to read sometimes. Hoj. Hoj? Whatever. Kerry Bills. Looks like she's here. Kevin Morris. Valerie Higson. Sam Schreck has had to take an early flight. He had to work tonight. But I'm sure we all feel very close to Sam. Aggie Zolis. Oh yeah. Rachel Schreck. Is Rachel here?
Thank you, Aggie.
Ian Moran Schneider. Ian's not here.
Jan.
Oh, Jan. This writing's really hard to read sometimes. It's kind of fancy writing, you know. Sorry, Jan.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, her voice has returned. You come back, eh?
Thank you, Jan. Greg Williamski. Greg's gone. Laurie Litzow. Laurie's gone. Janet Eikamp. Graham Pearce. Judith Hollenberg. Looks like Judith's gone. Paule's John.
Thanks, Warren. Thanks for coming.
Sophia Kronerhoff. John Kelleher.
Thank you. Thank you.
Horst Barr. And Horst, as we know, has come all the way from Thailand. Thank you, Horst. Jane Wood.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming.
Eleanor Adam.
It's nice to meet you. No, Eleanor.
No, this is Eleanor. Eleanor's gone home. Joy Tunnell. Joy's gone. Gwen Ewens. She had to catch a plane. Verena Stump. And Frank Stump. Tim and Mary Thompson have both left. Olga Kornerhoff. Robert Raccanello. Big hand for Robert. Thank you, Robert.
Robbie's come a long way over the years. He's really come a long way. And I'm just so proud of him and his family who have helped make it all possible.
Stan Williams. Maggie Kerr. Maggie's gone. Mary Laws. Thank you, Mary, for coming all the way from England for this. Doris Airy, she's gone home. Beryl Van Rieken, gone home. Robert Lucy. Oh, he's gone too, has he? Carl Lusink. Gary Wood. Herbert Marshall. Thanks, Gary. Trudy Berg. Thanks, Herbert. Thank you. And also, all the way from England, Cliff Oliver. Thank you, Trudy. Ada Chinnery. That's good. Thanks for coming, mate. Robert Goodman. Christelle Ricky.
This gentleman's really well designed to give a woman the brush off.
John just can't resist a joke, can he?
I can't grow a beautiful beard like that. I told him he had an absolutely beautiful beard. I can't do that. If I grow a beard, it looks like I've had a bad case of mange.
That's not true, John. You actually just shaved off a beautiful beard recently. Is Crystal Ricky with us? No. Jerry Dirksen. Kathleen Earl.
Thanks, Terry. Thanks, mate.
Was Lorna Greaves here? Gabriella Battaglia. Did you find your purse, Gabriella? No. Gabriella lost her purse. It's a long purse. If anybody sees a purse lying around, I think she's still looking for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Emma Bross. Helena.
The question is, should there have been two certificates here?
Helena Marjanin. Robert Young. Glenys Carey. Richard Cutts. Terry Piggott.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks for your arrangement. I know how much trouble you went through. You're welcome.
Thank you, Carl. Goodbye. Leonie Piggott.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Terry.
What are you doing? Oh, you want to give me a certificate? All right. Brett King.
Come on, you want to get...
Brett's not here.
Thank you.
Give me the next one. John Van Buren. An adjustment there. Wilhelmina Koopman.
Thanks, John. Thanks, mate.
Irene Simpson. Is Irene still here? I think she's gone. Rosalind Kinnersley.
Thank you.
Rosalind, not here. Margot Herbert. She's gone. Kathy Azzopardi. You want to take Margot's?
Okay, very good.
This is for Kathy. Jim Seed. He's gone. Is that Ivan? Yvan Ducat. Yvonne. It's expediency for you, two at the one time. Anna Pankiel. Okay.
Have that mic for just a minute. Is it true, Anna, that you're signing up for the marathon next year?
I'm hoping to.
Bill McDougall's gone. Oh, Bill. Sorry, he's back. Sorry, Bill. Bill gets here in double time.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Bernard Lee, I believe, has left. Tamar Rabin.
Thanks, mate. Thanks heaps for coming.
David Clubb. He's gone. Julian Shinko. She's gone. Anne McGrotty. Straight, fresh off the table, off the point holding table. She had a long session.
Instead of fresh off the table, it's flesh off the table.
Alexander Smith.
Thank you. What a good one, eh?
Thanks.
Alora Stark.
Thank you, Laura.
Helping ever since. It was lovely.
Thanks for coming.
Val Christopherson.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for me being here. Thank you.
Winifred Shipley Jones. You still here, Winifred? She's coming.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you, Val.
Walter Spitzers.
Thank you. I'm glad you could make it. Thank you, Walter. Thanks, mate.
Gary Wood. He's got one already. Would you like two?
Yeah.
Gary worked and worked and worked and worked, and it wasn't until today that everything broke loose for him. Right, Gary? How's your asthma? First time. Fair enough? He's made a breakthrough, major breakthrough. It took this long to do it. He almost deserves two.
Vaughan Cleverly. And also from the other side of the planet, Chris Wheelahan from England. Last time I saw Chris, he was walking with a crutch, so he's come a long way, I think. Margaret Wheelahan.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for coming.
Oh, Chris, you forgot your certificate. Don't go home without that. Margot Wheelahan, Chris's partner from England. Margaret. Sue Kirby. Looks like she's gone. Ty Ferner. She had to catch a plane. Joseph Zilli. Is Joe still here? He's gone. Doreen Recanello. Jean Williams.
Thank you.
And finally we have Lionel Devine. Is Lionel still here? Tom.
Here's Tom.
Lionel Devine. Lionel's not here?
He is here.
You can't get out
Thank
of
you.
here.
No, I wouldn't want to.
No, it was really good to get here.
Thanks, Jane.
Thanks.
What a divine way to end. Lionel Devine.
Have you got one to sign?
Just make an apology and we'll send it to him.
Apologies to Tom. Tom who?
Thanks for making this possible.
Thanks, Lionel.
It's been a fantastic week.
Thanks, mate.
Look, Tom's missed out. Apologies to Tom, and we'll send yours out to you. So that's it, folks. Have a safe journey home, and if you all want to move over to the to these pedestals over here, and we'll line you up for a photo. Thanks for coming. Thank you.